kids, I'm Allie again with Potomac Beads, and welcome to me showing you how to make charm necklaces. So in your kids' bead box, you may have gotten some really awesome charms, whether or not they're a tiger, a butterfly, a dragonfly, or even a globe. You can have fun making them into a necklace that you can make expandable by putting some beads on the back. You'll expand it and put the bead around your head. And then all you have to do, parents, this is really easy, go in the back and we're gonna pull 2 beads to make it smaller. That way you can wear it. My 5-year-old son Everett made this one for me, and I'm gonna show you how to make one for yourself. So to get us started on our charm necklace, what we're gonna do is get out our brown waxed linen cord. Now what you have to do is kind of look and find the end of that waxed linen cord. Don't go from the middle. Search and search. This is part of the fun, and try to find the end of the waxed linen cord. Go ahead and grab a ruler if you need to, or you can do a length of a piece of paper 2.5 times. What I'm going to do is measure out grown-ups approximately 24 inches, and if you know that your child has a big head or a small head or a little neck or a bigger neck, you may want to make it according to their fit. I'm going to do, again, right about 2 feet, so twice the length of a piece of paper almost, and go ahead and do a little snip with my scissors. With my cord, I'm going to make the ends match and make a loop right at the bottom, folding my wax linen cord in half. For that loop, what I want to do is pinch it almost closed. We're going to slide that pinched closed loop right onto one of our charms, and I'm using a cool globe. I'm going to open up that loop and I'm going to slide my globe onto it and then give a nice tight pull, and that hangs it down just like a charm. Whether or not you want to then continue by adding one of your bigger beads over both pieces of string or separate out your design, you can do that now. I have some of my seed beads or my 6-0 beads sitting there, and I'm going to pick one side of my cord. I have a pattern sitting here of green, brown, red, and yellow. I'm going to put on my green bead onto the end of my cord, and you'll notice I can kind of twist it if I need to make it a little bit more like a needle, that it'll go right on the end of my cord. I'm going to put on one green bead on this side, and I'm going to take the other side and I'm going to make it match, putting a green bead on the other side as well. On the other side, I'm going to let that green bead also go down next to the charm. On this side here then, with my cord, I'm going to tie a knot. So you don't have to tie a knot, but you can. It's up to you for the design. You can load lots of beads next to one another and not tie a knot at all, or you can load one bead, tie a knot, give a little bit of space, tie another knot. That's up to your artistic and your way of doing things. Go ahead and grab your string if you want to, and you can tie what's called an overhand knot. Make a loop and take the end of your cord through that loop and pull. If you can tie your shoelace, you can do this. Go ahead then and push that knot if you can right down next to the bead. Doesn't have to be perfect and doesn't have to be right next to the bead. As you get older, it gets easier and easier. I'm going to do another one on the other side and knot right after my bead. Then I'm going to take my hands and pull those 2 knots really tight. Now my green bead's stuck there and can't go past the knot. I'm going to do 3 more beads now, and I'm going to do these all in a row. 1 brown, 1 red, and 1 of my orange beads. I'm going to let them drop down for my pattern and my design, and then I'm going to tie another knot. Remember, make a loop where it crosses over. Take this thread side that's crossed over the top and go underneath and through that loop that you made and pull the cord. If you can, get it close to your beads if you want, or a little bit further apart. Pull nice and tight, and that's going to take that awesome stretchy, or that awesome wax linen cording, and tighten it up. I'm going to do the same pattern on the other side. Brown, then red, then orange. Let that drop down next to my globe, or my world as my son called it, and I'm going to tie a loop. Again, make a little loop, cross it over, The one that's crossing over in the top goes underneath and through the middle of that loop. Go ahead then and tie it tight next to the beads and give a nice tight pull. I'm not going to add any more beads to mine. I like it just the way it is. What I am going to do now is pick up this blue bead. The blue bead, we're going to have one piece of our thread go through it that I'm going to start on the left side, and I'm going to go towards the right side. Let it hang out about 2 inches from the end. With the other string, I'm going to go the opposite way. So this time I'm going to put that string through there, and you have to kind of wiggle it and twist it a little bit from the right side over towards the left side. When I do that, I have my cord crossing in the middle of the bead. So one cord goes this way, one cord goes the other way, and then I have these little strings coming from each side. I'm going to pull it, and that's how we're going to tighten it up. Now you can make this really long and just tie a knot together, or you can make it smaller and make sure that your cord matches on each side. Now what I'm going to do so that bead doesn't fall off, I'm going to grab my green bead, go towards the end there, and I'm going to tie another one of those knots. Make a loop, go under the loop, and tie tight. Last thing I'm going to do is grab my scissors and cut right after that loop. Now that loop and knot stops my green bead from falling off. Going to the other side, I'm going to kind of pinch my cord there, add my green bead, again tie a knot, make a loop, the thread that is over the top goes underneath, and I tie my loop. Go ahead and cut off that extra. Now we have what's called a slip knot type. So we can pull down and it makes our necklace go smaller, or we can pull back and it makes our necklace go bigger. That makes it easy for you to put on and take off your own necklace. If you don't like that, again, parents, you can just tie the thread end together and they can loop it over the head. Another idea, your bead box does come with buttons. So if you want to, you can tie a button onto it, and on the other side, you just tie a loop. My 10-year-old daughter did this one where she tied the button onto her dragonfly with a bigger bead over the bottom. The amount of designs are endless, and you can really have fun creating all kinds of different designs to do this little charm necklace. You can bead the whole thing, you can use bigger beads, smaller beads, you could even stack one charm on top of the other. Thanks so much for having fun and joining me and learning how to make this charm necklace. Remember, parents, if you need any more materials to keep the creativity going, you can check the links below me. Keep in mind you have tons of beads in your box that you can choose from and really have fun creating the design in all different ways. Remember, you can also give a little thumbs up if you liked our video, and also comment to let us know what your favorite part about your bead box is and some design ideas that you can pass on to others. As well as getting your parents to click that little link in the corner to get connected with us here at Potomac Beads to get regular updates when we go live, when we have new classes and new design ideas. As always, thanks so much for watching and have fun creating tons and tons of charm necklaces.